Item Identification Number SCP-123-EX Object Class Explained Special Containment Procedures End/A Description SCP-123-EX, formerly known as Person of Interest 1230 not owned Trevisan, was a 23-year-old male of Italian descent, born on 7/11/1907 in New York City, New York. He was believed to be anomalous. Prior to the events detailed in Addendum 123D, SCP-123-EX was theorized to be capable of causing statistically improbable outcomes, all of which would end in SCP-123-EX's favor. SCP-123-EX's personality had been described as easily agitated and prone to overreaction. SCP-123-EX had previously been affiliated with a local university, but eventually ceased affiliating with it. It is unknown what caused this change. SCP-123-EX was contained by the Foundation between 11-19-1928 and 5-21-1930, contained at Site 11, formerly located in Redacted, Illinois. It was contained within a standard humanoid containment cell 8.1. SCP-123-EX was officially contained as an SCP object on 12-20-1928, after what were believed to be accurate tests complied by Dr. Sharp and presented before the O5 Council. SCP-123-EX was classified as Euclid while in containment. Discovery: SCP-123-EX was captured following a raid on GOI-70 Chicago outfits, in collaboration with the Bureau of Prohibition on 11/1/1928. The Bureau had received an anonymous tip claiming that Person of Interest 523 Julius Sawteeth McGann, member of GOI-1 Chicago Spirits, was working at an illegal brewery operated by GOI-70, and that Person of Interest 523 was attempting to harm the latter's manufacturing efforts. Foundation officials contacted the Department of the Treasury, requesting a cooperative operation to stop manufacturing efforts of GOI-70 and to arrest Person of Interest 523. 20 agents were dispatched from each organization. During the raid, the brewery caught fire, causing an explosion that resulted in the building's collapse. All suspects were killed except for SCP-123-EX. Archivist's note: for the sake of easy reading, the following documents have been ordered linearly. Documents have been selectively edited to help facilitate that goal. For full documentation on SCP-123-EX, see Documentus Fin 1. Addendum 123-A. On 11/17/1928, SCP-123 was ordered to write down the events that occurred within the brewery before its destruction. It was around 11 a.m., and I was helping a few harps move some barrels around when I heard the gunshots from outside. Then someone yelled something about coppers in the building, and I start feeling scared. You see, the boss had the drives and coppers off our backs. It was a real smart operation, the brewery was. The boss has the prohibition guys paid off and we kept the profits. Every drive in the city was drinking like the rest of us. The two harps run off somewhere and I sit down. I've been pinched before, so I knew what to do. When you work in the business, you learn to take a pinching every once in a while. I lit myself a fag and sat down near some barrels. The one thing that I noticed was this guy near the window. I remember him looking scared, but can't recall anything big, other than he looked like he saw a ghost. I think he may have had something in his mouth, like he was one of those squirrels sick. It didn't look right. I call out to him, and he tumbles back, and falls into some of the barrels. I remember alcohol going everywhere. I must have dropped my cigarette 'cause I remember it all just catching fire. He starts screaming, running all over the place. Some of the hearts start getting some water buckets and throwing some water onto him, but it didn't work. They all just dropped dead the moment they did it. He's still running around screaming, and he's bumming sick into so many different things. Then he bums sick into the brewer, and the entire thing just explodes, and the entire building starts to shake. And it weren't no normal shaking either. It was like the foundation itself was gonna collapse sick on itself, crushing all of us. Around this time, I start getting afraid. I couldn't even force myself to move, that's how afraid I was. It's in that type of moment that makes a body start praying. It wasn't something I thought about, I just started doing it. I don't believe in God or anything like that, but my mother taught me the Lord's sick prayer, and I'm glad for her teaching me that, 'cause I repeated it 1,000 times in that building. The building began to shake, and I closed my eyes. Again, I'm praying. Then I hear the giant boom, like dynamite. I open my eyes, and I see the building around me, destroyed. I'm the only one alive. I thought I was dead at first, but only after looking down and seeing I was practically untouched. There was always this large patch of the roof with nothing on it, and it always leaked water. I was in that patch. I guess you could say I'm the luckiest man alive. Addendum 123 T2 SCP-123-EX requested to talk to Foundation personnel. Dr. Herbert volunteered, but only on the condition that he was allowed access to the Foundation-issued electrical recording device. When asked, he wished to have an accurate record of the conversation. Interviewer: Dr. Herbert. Interviewee: SCP-123-EX. Dr. Herbert: Mr. Trevisan, you wished to speak to me. SCP-123-EX. Yeah, Doctor, I heard you were going to, well, sack me. Dr. Herbert: Where did you hear that information? SCP-123-EX. Friends. Dr. Herbert: Are you referencing your mysterious friend who has been slipping you documents into your containment cell for the past 2 years? SCP-123-EX. How did you know that? Dr. Herbert: You admitted it in your journal. I'm surprised you didn't notice it earlier. SCP-123-EX does not respond. Dr. Herbert: I can give you answers to some of your questions, if you'd like. I have been observing you for a while, since Dr. Sharp decided to study you. SCP-123-EX. What does Dr. Sharp have to do with this? Dr. Herbert: Everything. SCP-123-EX. You slipped those documents into my cell. Dr. Herbert: Sharp, obviously. SCP-123-EX. Why? Dr. Herbert: To protect you, of course. SCP-123-EX. Why? Dr. Herbert: I don't know. I have theories, of course. SCP-123-EX. What do you think? Dr. Herbert: I think he knew what kind of predicament you were in. A fish out of water, so to speak. And considering what you were involved in Chicago spirit, saw teeth, mobsters, he wanted to give you a helping hand. He wanted to give you information on the world, even if it was small in comparison to his personal knowledge. He gave you the spirit documents to show you the danger involved and how important it was for you to be anomalous. He didn't directly tell you, of course. He couldn't trust you entirely. You were a gangster, after all. SCP-123-EX. So he just felt sorry for me. Dr. Herbert: Yes, possibly. He may have seen a little bit of himself in you. Or maybe he got a personal thrill out of breaking the rules, although that last theory is unlikely, due to his clean record. SCP-123-EX. What the hell are you people? Dr. Herbert. I can't answer that, or I'd be shot. SCP-123-EX. What the hell is the Chicago Spirit? Dr. Herbert. Violent sociopaths with very few reservations on using violence to achieve their own ends. SCP-123-EX. Stop fucking with me. Dr. Herbert. Not my field of expertise. I'm a containment psychologist, not a historian or analyst. SCP-123-EX. What's gonna happen to me? Dr. Herbert. I don't know, not my department. However, I can tell you it isn't going to involve protecting you. SCP-123-EX. Why? Dr. Herbert. Because you're not anomalous, and we can't go around protecting every street urchin who has enemies. SCP-123-EX. No, you don't understand. They'll kill me. Dr. Herbert. And every day we experience death and fight it, and considering the economic state of things, we can't go throwing money around. We have to use our resources sparingly and efficiently. We aren't going to waste resources and manpower on protecting you or any of your gangster friends. SCP-123-EX. They'll fucking kill me. Dr. Herbert. Not our problem. SCP-123-EX grabs hold of Dr. Herbert's arm. SCP-123-EX. Please, you have to reconsider. Please, I'll do anything. I'll work for free. I'll be a guard. I'll do whatever you want, just please. Dr. Herbert jerks away. Dr. Herbert. Get off me. SCP-123-EX. Please. 3. Following this interview, SCP-123-EX was removed from containment and custody, transferred to the recently created Bureau of External Affairs, later renamed to Department of External Affairs. SCP-123-EX was released on 6/1/1930.